Digimon was one of my favorite franchises growing up as a kid back in the early 2000s. My first experience was Digimon World 2. My cousin got me into these games, and at first I was like, man, this is awesome. It's a lot like Pokemon, but on the big screen. And I remember beating that game. It took all summer to beat Digimon World 2. And then eventually I got the third game, and I saw this, and I was like, yeah, this is more like it. This looks like Pokemon, and it was fun as well. Being so much into Digimon, I even got into the cards and stuff for a little bit, and that Christmas back in 2002 or so, I asked for Digimon Rumble Arena. I wanted to get that game because I saw the cover ad on Digimon World 3 and was like, yeah, more Digimon! Me and my friends would play this game all the time back in the day. It was over 20 years ago now. I wanted to give this game another go as an adult and see truly if this game is as good as I thought it was when I was a kid. Sit back, relax, let's talk about Digimon Rumble Arena for the original PlayStation. Digimon Rumble Arena was released in 2002 in North America and PAL regions. It was developed and published by Bandai. I don't really need to go into Bandai. I feel like a lot of you guys know about Bandai, but if you don't, they're a really big company. They've been around for several decades, and they make toys like Gundams and stuff, and they make games, of course. And they made a lot of the Digimon games that have come out, as well as games even going back to the NES, so they have a big track record here, which nowadays, as we all know, they are known as Bandai Namco, joining up with them years ago. You start the game up, and it's immediately to the action after the cutscene, 1-player mode or 2-player mode. And when you start playing, it is a fighting game all the way. From looking at this gameplay, you're probably thinking Super Smash Bros. And yeah, I mean, you're not far off. This game's a lot like Super Smash Bros. In a way. The controls are simple. You move the D-pad or the left control stick if you want to use that. X is to jump. Square is your basic attack. You can use that and do a 3-hit combo. Circle is your primary attack. For instance, Agumon uses Pepper Breath, so you'll use a primary move of that Digimon you've got. Triangle is your secondary attack, L1 is to guard, and R1 is to either Digivolve or use your ultimate. And you can only use the ultimate whenever you're fully Digivolved. The fighting is pretty standard, you do the best 2 out of 3, and then you move on to the next round. Your interface is also very simplistic. You have your health bar, as well as your Digivolution meter or ultimate meter, and the timer. I have ran the timer out before, but you probably never will. They give you plenty of time here. When you start playing, if you choose 1-player mode, you'll see that you have a roster of Digimon here. There's a few different kinds, about 9 or so, and they had to do their own Pokemon spiel here. There are 3 types, water, fire, and nature, and you probably already know what trumps what. The biggest crucial part of the gameplay is the fact that your little Digimon here can Digivolve. When that meter fills up, you hit R1 and it'll become stronger. It gets better attacks too, so you'll be able to do more damage. It is only temporary, so once it goes down, you go back to a rookie form, or if you use your ultimate, kind of like your final smash in this game, some of those moves can be pretty devastating. However, if you do beat the game with one of the characters you're using, you'll unlock its final form, so you can go back, play 1-player mode or 2-player mode as that form. There's 6 levels or so in this entire game, so not many stages, but as you do play through them, they do have some things going for them. You got stuff like this lava level, which you gotta watch out because if you're not a fire type and you're like nature and you fall in the lava, you will get pulverized. There's the ice level, which is very slippery. I hate this level. You've got the wind temple here. It's not too bad, I guess. It's just got a lot of little platforms. This nature level here is pretty boring. It's just a big flat piece of land with some cliffs, and there's some slowdown too in this level. This level that rotates sideways, and this, I don't know, it's just whatever. And you have the trash compactor level. This is definitely the best level in the game. It's kind of fun when the trash is going down and your enemy can go down with it. You do have power-ups in this game, similar to stuff like Smash Bros. You can get these Digimon cards, and they'll give you a certain effect sometimes. Nothing too crazy, but there's some debuff and buffs here. You can get pluses to get your Digivolution up, or you can use some items to make your opponent or yourself lose the energy in your meter to Digivolve or use your ultimate. Other examples too are these fireballs you get, and they're different colored, and you can use them as a projectile. Arcade mode in this game is a lot like other fighting games. You go through the entire roster that you have at the beginning. Once you beat the whole roster, then you fight the final boss. In this game, it is Reapermon, and he is an absolute motherfucker if you've never played this game. But he is manageable, so if I could beat him at the age of 10, then I think you could beat the game at the age of whatever you are. You have mini games you do in arcade mode, just a couple of them. You can bounce this ball around, and it's just whatever. It's just there to be there, I guess. It's really only for your score, which to me really just doesn't matter here. The balance of characters in this game, I feel like it is a little unbalanced, but it is subjective. Like Gabumon and Wormmon here, I just think they're not very good, even when they digivolve. And then you got Seraphimon, who's Patamon's Mega, and he is slow and just very hard to use. There's also Digimon who are great picks, like Renamon, Terriermon, or Megas. You could use Black or Greymon, or the obvious Reapermon. He is very powerful. Renamon is easily the most broken character in the game. It uses a move called Diamond Storm, and it hits everything in what direction you want to send it, and it will also stun the enemy, so you can just run up to him, get him a kick, knock him into a hole. You really don't even have to digivolve. Renamon is just so freaking powerful. I used it a lot as a kid, and yeah, it's even better than Reapermon. If you want to adjust stuff in the game, you can always go to the options. They have a difficulty setting, auto-saving, all that stuff, as well as passwords for cheats. I really do still like Digimon Rumble Arena. I haven't played this game in a very, very long time, and it's about like how I remember it. It's just a fun old time duking it out with your Digimon buddies here. Objectively speaking, this game really is just a Super Smash Bros. Clone all the way. There's not really a lot of levels. There's only 6. I pretty much named them all already in this video. The pacing's kind of annoying too, especially when you're digivolving. It has to show the animation every time, as well as dying sometimes. And ultimately, this game just doesn't have really a lot of substance to it for other fighters. So for the casual one-on-one fighting gamer, I'd say pass on this one because you're not going to find what you see in games like Tekken, Rival Schools, or whatever you like to play here. This game's mission really was to appeal to Digimon fans, and that's exactly what they did here, and they succeeded. It includes a lot of monsters from the series, as well as tons of unlockables, at least for that. And it's just a fun time overall, and a good in and out kind of game. And it's got a good soundtrack too. Some of this rock music sounds like stuff from Grandia 2, which I really like. This game is really not that expensive at all. If you want to own this game, it's about $25, $30, complete in box all day long. That's a pretty reasonable price, especially if you like this series. It was only on this system, nothing else, so if you do want to play it, you gotta either do it this way or any way possible. This game did get a few sequels. It got the second game on PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and it's a very pricey game. It's like $100 on all 3, which is ridiculous. And there's Digimon All-Star Rumble on the 360 PS3. I actually reviewed this game before, and do not check it out. It is not that great. That's all I've got to say about Digimon Rumble Arena. It was cool to catch up on some old times. I appreciate you guys for sticking around to the end to watch this video. If you got anything to say, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you got. As always, thanks for watching. Y'all take it easy.